Hold on, let me close the window and turn the AC because it's loud outside. Okay. All right. So, why do I call my business Sound Blocks? Because I look at pronunciation of any words like pieces of Legos. And I grew up playing with Legos, a lot of Legos. And I think it's part of one of the reasons why I love to build things. Well, in English, when we look at a word and we want to know how it sounds, we break the words into syllables. Syllables are actually blocks of sound. And each block, which is either going to be the vowel or the consonant, they come together to form the syllable. No matter what syllable it is, it must always have a vowel. Vowel is the absolute essential to any sound. So if that's the case, if vowel is the meat, the steak on your plate, then the consonants are the side dishes or the sides that either complement the dish or add the sound. I don't want to say complement, but actually enhance or alter the sound to create a new sound, right? So if if vowels are the absolute essential, then we need to know what vowels are there. Now, the tricky part usually is for English pronunciation, we usually teach it this traditional way is we teach it by saying how many vowels are there? There's 5, right? And then we say there's a short vowel sound and a long vowel sound, which if that's the case, then in English, there should be a definitive total of 10 vowel sounds, right? Because A should have a long one and a short one. And then E should have a long one and a short one. Same thing for I, E, and O. But that's not true. That's not true. And I know it's not true because what I did was I looked at 3,000 of the most commonly used words, either in writing or speaking, that we confront or meet 90% of our daily lives. And how do I know? Because Oxford Dictionary and other sources compile these data together. So what I did was I cross-matched these data sources and chose the ones that I believe. There's ones that are definitive, like these words are in every list. Some words appear in one list, but don't appear in another. So in that aspect, I looked at the ones that I believe most people can see, whether it's in like a news, an article, in a radio, music, whether you use it in a speech, whether it's part of your job. I looked at those from my personal like experience and filter and created the 3,000 words. And what I did was I broke down each word into my English sound blocks. And I can tell you absolutely that there is no such thing as 10 10 vowel sounds. There's more than that. And if you even go to ChatGPT or Gemini and you ask, what are all the vowel sounds in English? It'll give you the list of them, and some will say 15, some will say 15. But for my English sound blocks, it is definitively 14 basic vowel sounds. 14. These are the most absolute simple vowel sounds that you can learn. And I will show that to you in the next video. Or I might just edit it and post it in here. But what you'll see is with A, there are actually 4 vowel sounds. 4, which is ah, aw, and a. Okay? Then you have E and I, which each have 2. So for the E, it is e, For the I, it is I, and then the O is the most. And it's probably the most versatile. Actually, I want to say versatile, but more when I say versatile, what I mean is by the spelling. When we write the character O, it doesn't. And actually, you know what? Let me just go back to that a little bit later. It just means, actually, you know what? Some of you might be curious, so I'll just say it. Is that the one rule, if you want to know about English pronunciation, is that you cannot believe that the spelling of the word indicates the sound. In other languages, it works that way, especially in Korean. If you see a Korean character of a vowel sound, 100%, it will always have that vowel sound. In English, there is no consistency with that. The letter O can have the A sound, the U sound. I don't think it will ever have actually, it will have sometimes that one I have to check. But I know for a fact that the O will have either the U vowel sound or the A vowel sound. The E and the I have to double check. But for what I remember, it is no. But going back, O has 5 vowel sounds. It is O, U, ow, oi. 5. And then the U is only 1. Now, of course, there's other, like most of you guys say, but what about the word university? It has a U, yes, but technically U is actually a oo sound, which is the O with the Y in front. So is it really a U sound, or is it just an O where we put a consonant in front? And I think that's the case. So when I ask you like, how are you? U is Y-O-U, but it's actually Y-O-O with the vowel O, with the vowel oo sound, right? Okay. So, but the thing is that vowels, there's also 2 important, what I call pseudo vowel sounds. And pseudo is because these vowel sounds can be on their own, even though there is a consonant added to it. And the only 2 consonants in the entire American English that can be in place as a vowel is the R and the L. The R and the L. So you have, for example, and these are what I call in my English sound blocks essential sounds. Why? Because they are essential for mastering English pronunciation. And the reason why they're important is because they can actually be coupled with other vowel sounds. So for example, in the word car, right? The K is the K sound. The C is the K sound, which in English sound blocks is the K. The R is not just, ah sound. It's ah and the essential sound. Ah, and then is 2 separate vowel sounds blended together to make the car, R sound. So it is ah, R. That's why even though when we say like R, is a vowel sound because it's mainly the is a voice sound. And actually that's a good point. That now I'm doing this and I'm glad I'm practicing. I want to say practicing, but getting reps in of teaching, because eventually I'll get better at this, is that it's a vowel is a vowel sound because it has one important thing: the voice, the vibration. Every vowel has a vibration. And the vowel changes when you add actually extra layers, which actually I created, which is called sound layers, right? And vowels, the most basic vowel, every vowel sound has the voice vibration coming in. So even for the which is the R back R sound. Man, I'm going in a lot, but is this informative? I hope it is. I wish I could kind of simultaneously screen record this and something else, so at the same time it blends. And maybe that's something that I gotta work on. But for now, the point of this video is to say that I looked at 3,000 of the most commonly used words in English that make up 90% of what we see, not what we see, but 90% of what we use every day in speaking and writing. And I broke it down into English sound blocks, and what I found, and I'm going to show it to you every single day, maybe today, which is a lot of information, is that number one, every sound is made up of individual blocks, sound blocks. And in each sound block, you must absolutely have a vowel and a consonant. We all know this. But the one thing I want to actually mention further is that what makes a vowel is that it has a voice sound to it, a voice. And if you want to use your voice, you need to know what type of sounds or how many sounds I need to know. And in total, it is 14 vowel sounds, 14. And it's not 5 like the spelling of the letters. It's not short vowel or long vowel, which means there's 10. It's actually 14 total vowel sounds, basic vowel sounds. And each vowel does not have the same amount of vowel sounds. Again, A has 4, E and I has 2, O has the most, which is 5, and U only has 1, which is This is another video that I posted on the same day just because, and it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to post a video when I'm speaking in English and I could just kind of talk and just teach in a language I'm most comfortable with. And it's 12 minutes long. If this is the second video that you stuck with through, and I'm really glad you did, thanks. And I will put this as episode 1, part 2, and the other one would be episode 1, part 1. But anyways, thank you for watching. And your patience as I'm going through my reps to get better. And I hope that eventually I could kind of synthesize or squeeze out all the most essential ones to make it a more impactful, every second counts kind of content where it is helpful, including some visuals, which, to be honest, right now I'm not at that level to post with productions and editing, and I hope I get there, and I hope you get to enjoy the journey that I'm trying to do. And yeah, thank you so much.